Hi guys! Bella Boo, say hi. Bella Boo, say Assalamu alaikum. Hi guys! Bella Boo, say Assalamu alaikum. Guys, how cute is Bella Boo? Make sure you give me a thumbs up for Bella Boo if you think Bella Boo is cute. No, Bella Boo. Say Assalamu alaikum. Okay, you can go now. Hi guys, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you guys are all doing well, inshallah. And I hope you guys are all in the best of health and iman, inshallah. Welcome back to my channel. If you beautiful sisters are new to my channel, then you know what you need to do. You need to subscribe, hit the button and subscribe. Today's video, guys, is the video that you've all been waiting for. I say this on every single video and I am lying because you're not all waiting for it, okay? Like this, yeah. Anyways, so if you are a revert like me and you reverted to Islam, then you probably go through the same thing, okay? Every single day on a daily basis, at least on a daily basis, yeah, you probably get asked as well why you reverted to Islam. Sisters, I'm talking like once a day, sometimes even more than once a day. Somebody will ask me, why did you become a Muslim? And honestly, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to answer this question. So I'm just going to tell you guys my revert story, how I came to Islam, how I became a Muslim. If you already subscribed to my channel, then you would have seen my video. You would have seen my video on my channel of the day of my Shahada. And yeah, that was just the day when I went to the mosque. And sisters, this is pulling on my head so much. It's literally pulling me down. Like, I don't know. Let me go again. Today, guys, I'm going to tell you my revert story, how I became a Muslim, what age I started practicing, and when I said my Shahada. If you guys are subscribed to me already, then you would have seen my video on my channel, the day of my Shahada, the story time, the day of my Shahada, which is already on my channel. And that's just the day when I went to the mosque and how it happened and what happened. But I'm going to tell you guys today how I became a Muslim. And yeah, I'm going to tell you guys my revert story. Okay, so I'm going to go back in time. I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm just going to tell you guys how it happened from the beginning. So, as you guys know, or if you don't know, then subscribe to my channel. But as you guys already know, I am half German and half Irish. So, my parents, one of my parents is Irish. So, Irish Catholic. My Irish accent is so bad. One of my parents is Irish Catholic, that don't make sense, is Catholic, yeah, one of my parents is Catholic, and my other parent is just non-religious. Not that like they're one of those people that don't believe in God, no, it's just that they're not religious. They never took the time, they just don't bother with religion, and they're just not religious, okay? But I wouldn't say that they don't believe in God, I would just say they're not religious. Anyway, so I was kind of brought up as a Catholic, although I was never baptized. I was just brought up like Catholic, if that makes sense. Every week for about 7 or 8 years of my life, I was going to the church. Why is my forehead so shiny? Why is my forehead so shiny, guys? So every week for like 8 years of my life, I was going to the church every Thursday. Like once a week, I was going to the church. And how can I explain it? I just didn't feel nothing. Like it just didn't really make sense to me. Like I just didn't feel anything, okay? One thing I would say though, guys, is when you go to a church, when you go to the mosque, when you go to a temple, I haven't been to a temple, but I'm imagining, when you go to a place of worship, yeah, you feel a sense of peace, like you feel like calm, like peace, mashallah. So it's just like, it's peaceful, yeah. But I didn't feel nothing, like I would just go to church like it was routine. But anyways, as I got older, I stopped going to the church because, sisters, I've moved around so many different places. Like, I don't really live in the same place for a long time. Like, I've lived in so many different places in London and out of London that, I've just moved around. So I never really had stability. So I didn't really stay in like one place. So I went to that church for like 7 years, and then I moved area, completely moved to a different area, and just didn't go to church. As I got older, I was living in different places, so I had like a group of friends in one place and a group of friends in another place and a group of friends in another place. Like I was kind of just all over London, if it makes sense. And I had 2 friends in one place where I was living, and both of my 2 friends were Muslim. It's hard for me to explain because they wasn't practicing. So even though I had 2 Muslim friends, and that's not for me to say, by the way, guys, I'm not going to go into that, that's none of my business. But even though I was hanging around with my 2 Muslim friends, because they wasn't on deen, I didn't get to see that side. I didn't get to see anything about Islam, if that makes sense. So I was just hanging around with my 2 Muslim friends like I would hang around with my 2 non-Muslim friends, if that makes sense. Because there wasn't anything that I was doing that they was doing different, if it makes sense. So I spent most of my time with my 2 Muslim friends, and even though they wasn't like praying and stuff, there was still things that they was doing. Like obviously they didn't eat pork, they wouldn't talk about God in the bathroom, just stuff like this. And I remember I was younger, I was only like 14 or something like that, like I was young, yeah. But I remember them saying to me things like, don't talk about God in the bathroom, you shouldn't talk about God in the bathroom. And wallahi, guys, when they would tell me these things, like in my brain, after they told me, I had to do it. Like I just could not talk about God in the bathroom no more. Like it just felt wrong. Like once they told me these things, like I felt like I had to do it, because not that anybody was making me, it was just like what I was feeling inside was like, you know what, I shouldn't talk about God in the bathroom, like it's disrespectful. Anyways, so there was just little things like this that they were doing, they were telling me, and I would start practicing. Sisters, I'm not even lying, okay, my jilbab is pulling my head down, and then this piece is like... Okay, so anything that they was telling me, I started to do. I started to practice, and yeah, once they told me don't talk about God in the bathroom, I couldn't do it. And there was other things as well, but I can't really remember because, guys, it was like 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, because I'm almost 26, so it was like 12 years ago, yeah. Anyways, so, guys, because I come from a non-Muslim family, I don't even know if this is making sense to you guys, but basically when I was younger, I went to church every week for 7 years of my life, throughout like primary school, all of that. Then as I got a bit older, I moved to different areas and made new friends with my Muslim friends and started to kind of practice Islam, but really, really small, like really small things. And I stopped going to church. Because I come from a non-Muslim family, okay? I'm the only Muslim in my whole family ever. Like there is no Muslims in my whole family, yeah? So I come from a proper non-Muslim family. So life at home at my parents' house was mad. I'm not gonna, like, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys, but I'm not gonna go into all of that. But the kind of life the kind of like upbringing that I came from, just put it this way, sisters, I'm so different to people my age. I'm so mature, even though right now I'm 26 and I act like a kid, like I'm so kiddish now, but it's probably because when I was younger, I had to go from a child to an adult so quick that, let me just tell you guys, one day I woke up and I was like, I don't want to live here no more. Like literally, I don't advise this, like sisters, don't do this, okay? Stay at home at your parents' house for as long as possible. As long as you can stay at your parents' house, stay. Like just because when you move out, you have to pay rent, you have to pay bills, you have to clean, cook. Like, so the list is just endless, okay? The responsibilities, it's just endless, and it's lonely, and there's just so many things that come with it. And yeah, just stay at home with your family. Like, just do it, okay? Just stay at home with your family. Anyway, so one day when I was younger, I got up, yeah, and I was like, I don't want to live here no more. I walked out the door and wallahi, never went back. And I never went back. Like, I moved out of my mum's house so young, like, sisters, I just got up one day and I was like, I don't want to live here. One day I just got up and I walked out the door. Wallahi, never went back. Never been back to my mum, never, like, gone back to live at my mum's house. So when I was, like, 16, I was living independently by myself, like, miles away from my family. I was living outside of London and I was just doing my own thing, really. I was just doing my own thing. While I was there, it gave me time to reflect on my life, and that's when I started looking into religion again. And I went into the local church. I actually remember this, sisters. I went into the local church. So I literally went from going to church for 7 years to moving area, making Muslim friends, started practicing Islam a little bit, and then moved independently to like a whole different place out of London and started looking into religion again. So I went into this local church and I started to go to church every Sunday. But I was going there and I wasn't feeling, and like, guys, I can't even explain the emptiness. I was just there listening and I didn't feel like I wanted to be there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why my forehead is so shiny. Look, guys, I don't even know what gone from my forehead, but it's so shiny. Did I just say what gone? Anyways, so I started going to church and then I stopped. I was like, you know what, this is not for me. Like, it's not doing anything for me, so I just stopped. Okay. Then I moved area again because, sisters, when I say I moved around, I just kept moving around. I moved back to London. I got back in touch with my 2 Muslim friends and we started like spending every day together. And we would start to talk about Islam because I would like, in conversation, I would try and drop it in there because I wanted to find out about Islam. I was starting to get interested into Islam, but I didn't have anybody else but my 2 Muslim friends. But my 2 Muslim friends wasn't on deen, didn't really want to talk about Islam. Like, it wasn't a thing like that. So anyways, I would try my hardest to just like drop it in there, and we'd be talking about like going shopping or anything random, yeah. And I would just be like, so what's it like to go to the mosque? I'm not even joking, wallahi. My friends would just look at me like, huh? What do you mean? What's wrong with you? I would be like, no, I just wondered, innit? Like, I always wondered, like, what's it like to go to the mosque? And then they'll just like laugh and then change the subject. They won't even tell me. And then I would like ask them things like, so tomorrow, can we go to the mosque? And my friends will be like, but they'll literally look at me. I'm not even lying, guys. They were like, but you can't go to the mosque like that. Like, you can't wear that to the mosque. Like, you need to cover your head. You need a headscarf, so we can't go to the mosque. Or just things like, when I say they made me feel like weird, like they made me feel embarrassed to have an interest in Islam. So in the end, I felt embarrassed. I covered it up. Like, I didn't tell anyone. I was just like interested in it, but I didn't tell anyone. I just kept it a secret. Like, I just kept it secret. But me being me, I didn't take the time to like research Islam. I didn't take the time to look into it. I just left it. Like, I just felt like I was weird, so I just left it. Okay, my friends made me feel like I was weird, so I just left it. I was like, you know what, cool, just leave it. Anyways, after about, I would say about a couple years, I was about 21. My life was a mess. Oh my days, sisters, my life was such a mess. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just, do you know what it is when you're non-Muslim, yeah? And you don't live with your parents, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, okay? Like, you can do whatever you want. And obviously I had non-Muslim friends as well. And my Muslim friends wasn't practicing, so I could just do whatever I want. And when I got to about 21, I got so depressed. Like, I had so much anxiety, so much depression. I was crying. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to see people. Like, my life was just a mess, okay? And then I remembered that I knew this sister from my local area. She lived about, 2 roads away from me, and I'd seen her around, and she wears the hijab. And you know when you just get a feeling from someone, you just get that feeling that that person is a good person. Like, you just get that, it's like a gut feeling or something. I don't know, but you get that feeling that someone is just like a good person. So I remember I had her number because we was in a WhatsApp group together. So I privately messaged her and was like, hi, how are you? Making conversation. I was like, do you want to meet up tomorrow? We can go for a coffee or something. Let me tell you, sisters, I've never spoken to this girl in my life, yeah? She's probably thinking, what the hell? Like, I'd never messaged her before. We'd never spoke. And then randomly, I'm asking her, do you want to meet up tomorrow and go for a coffee? She was really nice, mashallah. She was like, yeah, let's go. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be embarrassed anymore, okay? I want to be a Muslim. By this point, guys, I knew that I wanted to revert, okay? I was like, you know what? I want to be a Muslim. And I'm just going to tell her, see how she reacts. If she reacts like my friends, then, I don't know, I'll just go and cry in the corner, or I'll just be embarrassed and whatever, but I'll take the risk, yeah? So I messaged her. I was like, I'm really interested in Islam, and I was just wondering if you can help me. Sisters, mashallah, this sister is like, my favorite person in this whole world, okay? She is just so amazing. She's my favorite person, my best friend. MashaAllah, I'm just so happy that, how can I say it, like God picked her, if that makes sense, to help me revert, because alhamdulillah, because she's so amazing. Okay, she replied straight away. She was like, I had a feeling. Like, that got me, sisters. I swear I nearly had like tears in my eyes. I was like, wow. Like, she was like, I had a feeling. And when I say, yeah, I don't know why my forehead is so shiny, I don't know why my forehead is so shiny, when I say that we'd only exchanged like 2 words. It was literally like, hey, how are you, do you want to go for coffee? Like, and out of nowhere, I'm just like, I got this interest in Islam. And she was like, I kind of had a feeling. Wow, mashallah. So anyways, the next day she invited me to her house. She was like, you know what, we don't have to go for coffee. Come to my house. We can have coffee here. We can chill. I can show you some books. I can show you some stuff. And what I was most excited about, okay, was trying on the hijab. I was so excited. I really wanted to try it on. The day before, I grabbed a jumper, yeah. I wish I could put the picture in this video for you guys, but my face is out. I grabbed a jumper, I wrapped a jumper around my head like a hijab, and I was just like trying it. But anyways, so the sister was like, I know this revert sister, I'm gonna invite her too. You can chat to her, like you can hear her story and stuff. So when I got to the sister's house the next morning, everything was like, at that point, everything I was sure that I wanted to be a Muslim, but I was hesitating because it had taken me so many years to build up the courage to finally like act on it to become a Muslim, if that makes sense, like to make that step. It had taken me so many years. When it was finally happening and I was going through the process, I was just like, okay, do I really go to this sister's house? Like, do I really do this? Like, is this really happening? Am I really becoming a Muslim? Is this, like, I was so excited, guys. Like, alhamdulillah, I was so excited. Anyway, so I went to the sister's house and there was another sister there, a revert there. And she told me her story, how she reverted and how her family took it and stuff. And I was really worried about how my family can take it. Anyway, so she was like, we can go to the mosque right now. Like, you can become a Muslim right now. But I was so scared. Like, guys, I wasn't scared, yeah, but it's been so many years. It was such a big thing. I was like, you know what? I need to go home and I need to think about this, okay? So she gave me some books and she let me try on a hijab and a abaya, mashallah. And I went home. When I say, guys, I was walking home, the feeling that I was feeling, I can't even explain to you guys. Like, I was just feeling like, finally, things in my life were starting to fall into place. And obviously I had this Muslim sister helping me, and then she introduced me to this revert. So, like, it was just so much was just happening at once, and it just felt so good, mashallah. And at that point in my life where I was depressed, where I was hanging around with the wrong people, where I was all over the place, I finally felt like something good was happening. Like, I know this is just sounding so, yeah, anyways, why is my forehead so shiny, guys? 'Cause I literally, like, I can't even cope. Okay, if I go back here, then maybe it won't be so shiny. Anyways, so I was walking home that day, guys, from the sister's house to my house, 2 roads, just 2 roads, 2 back roads as well, like back streets. Like, I'm talking not busy road, like, I'm talking like you won't even see a car, like proper back street, yeah. And I see this woman walking towards me, sisters. This for me was my sign, okay? This was my sign that I was ready to take my shahada. This woman approached me, yeah, and she was holding a leaflet in it. And in it, like, what the hell? Why did I even say that? There was this woman and she was holding a leaflet. And I was just in my own head, like, guys, when I say I was just thinking, okay, do I go to the mosque? Do I revert? Am I ready? Should I do this? How my family gonna take it? So many things in my head at once that I was like, you know what? Just thinking, okay, I was walking home, my head was just, I was just looking down, walking home, minding my own business. I wasn't even, like, my mind wasn't even on the road, like, I was just somewhere else. And this woman, she approaches me, she's like, excuse me, and she went to hand me this leaflet. Wallahi, guys, I looked down, and without touching the leaflet, yeah, I see Jesus. And I'm like, I literally stepped back. I put my hands up like this happened, yeah. This wasn't even planned. Like, sisters, I just did this out of nowhere, okay? I put my hands up. I moved back. I went, sorry, I'm a Muslim. The the woman was like, oh, it's okay. Like, she was really polite, she was really nice, mashallah. And then she walked off, yeah. And then I was walking home and I was like, Amina, like, in my head I'm thinking, did you just say that? Did you just say you're a Muslim, but you haven't even said your shahada? So did you actually just say, like, did you just tell that woman? Did you just tell somebody that you're a Muslim? You're not even a Muslim, like. Guys, I knew from that second, I was ready. Like, it happened automatically. Like, how can I explain it? Like, it just felt normal, like, to just be like, I'm a Muslim. It just felt like I'm a Muslim, okay? So I went home and I called my friend. I'm like, I'm ready to take my shahada. Let's do it tomorrow. Book it for tomorrow. That night I went to my sister's house. In the morning, I was driving home. Guys, I kept it a secret, okay? My friend, she booked the mosque, the masjid, and I kept it a secret. It was booked for 11 o'clock the next morning, and I didn't tell no one, okay? The whole night, I was panicking, thinking, what am I going to wear to the mosque? I was texting the sister, like, what do I wear to the mosque? Because at this point, when I was 21, guys, I was wearing stuff like tracksuits and stuff. Like, I wasn't like, yeah. Anyways, so I text the sister, I'm like, what should I wear? She's like, just wear something that's modest, that just covers your whole body. And just, yeah, anyways. I didn't tell no one. I spent the whole night with my sister and I didn't mention it, didn't give her a clue, like, just didn't, okay? Because it was a big thing to my family, yeah. Anyways, so the next morning, I drove home and it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I called my friend and I'm like, I'm really sorry, I can't do it. She was like, but I've booked it for 11 o'clock. And she booked it, yeah, for Regent's Park Mosque, one of the biggest mosques. I think it might even be the biggest, I don't know. One of the biggest mosques in London, yeah, sisters. Let me just tell you, it was too much for me, okay? She was telling me that when people revert, like, people celebrate and people, like, they'll come up to you and try and help you and things like this. And I was just like, this is too much for me. I don't like being center of attention as it is. I'm not one of those people that likes to be center of attention in a room. No, not gonna happen. So I was just like, you know what, sis? I didn't even say sis because them times I didn't even talk like that, yeah? I didn't talk like that, guys. I was like, you know what? I'm just not ready, you know? I don't think I can do it. Can you cancel it? So she cancelled it and she was gutted as well. I remember her voice. I was like, she was gutted. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to pray. Didn't know how to pray. I don't know what that noise is outside my house. Somebody has decided to, like, start drilling halfway through my video. Anyways, I didn't know how to pray, guys, yeah? So I was just like, I put some headphones in and there was this one nasheed, okay? This one nasheed that I kept playing over and over again before I became a Muslim, okay? And I put it in my ear, in my headphones, and I closed my eyes. I sat on the floor. I turned the light off. It was kind of light because of the daylight, but I shut the curtains and I turned the light off and I sat on the floor. And I just literally just tried to pray. I didn't know how to pray, okay, because I'd never seen a Muslim pray in my life. Like, literally, like, when I say I have Muslim friends, they didn't pray. So I didn't know what to do. So I just spoke to God and I was just like, please help me, guide me. What should I do? Should I revert today? Should I go to the mosque? I don't know what to do. This was 9 o'clock in the morning, guys. I went to sleep for about 2 hours. I fell asleep from 9 o'clock to like 11 o'clock. I woke up 11 o'clock on the dot. Like, I was meant to be at the mosque at 11 o'clock, but I cancelled it, yeah. I woke up 11 o'clock on the dot, knowing today I'm saying my shahada. I had the feeling like my prayers had been answered, alhamdulillah, and I knew today I'm saying my shahada. I am going to the mosque right now. I called the sister. I literally, like, I'm half asleep. I'm like, sis. I didn't say sis because I didn't speak like that. I just used to say, like, okay, I don't want to say her name, so I'm just going to say sis, okay? I was like, sis, I need to go to the mosque right now. Like, is there any chance you can call them back and we can still do it? So she calls them back and they're like, no, we're busy today now. Like, you can't come today. We have other stuff going on. So she calls a different mosque and she called Acton Mosque. If you guys are from West London, then you know where Acton Mosque is. So she calls Acton Mosque and they're like, come in at 1 o'clock. So at this point, guys, I'm so excited. I know I'm saying my shahada today. I'm becoming a Muslim today, okay? So I literally get dressed. All I had was a tracksuit, okay? I didn't have nothing else. I just had a tracksuit. I needed 2 witnesses. So I had the sister and then the revert sister that she introduced me to. So we met up. We got on the bus. Went to the mosque. Outside the mosque, guys, yeah. So at this point, I was just wearing my tracksuit, my trainers. Like, I just... yeah. One of the sisters, the revert sister, she was like, I've brought a headscarf with me, I've brought a hijab with me. If you feel about putting it on, it's completely up to you. But to make you feel more comfortable, because obviously the imam is a man and we're all going to be in the room and we're in the mosque, she was like, you can put it on if you want, it's completely up to you. Listen, sisters, I was like, put that on me now. I want to wear that right now. Like, of course I want to wear it. Like, come on. Silly question. So I put we were literally standing outside the mosque and we're putting this headscarf on me. And can I just say, this day that I reverted, guys, you should never judge anybody from what you see. People saw me standing outside the mosque, putting on a headscarf. And I can imagine what people were thinking. And you should never judge, because little do you know, yeah, whoever it was who was at the mosque who saw me putting on my scarf outside the mosque and thought the worst of me, that was the day of my shahada. Anyways, so I go into the mosque, and yeah, if you guys want to see what happened in the mosque and how I reverted, then head down to my channel, because that story is there, so I'm not going to go into all of that again. But I went into the mosque, become a Muslim, and then came out of the mosque. It was really emotional. When I came out of the mosque, I was like, you know what, I'm keeping my headscarf on. I'm not taking it off. I was going to come out of the mosque and take it off. Like, the plan was to wear it in the mosque, take it off. And the plan was to tell my family that I'm a Muslim first and then start wearing the hijab and wear it in my own time. But it didn't happen like that, guys, because you can't plan, okay? God has planned for you. Like, you just can't, okay? You can't plan nothing, because, yeah, I came out of the mosque and the feeling that I had was like, I'm keeping this scarf on. There's nothing that's going to make me take this scarf off, okay? So I'm walking down the high street, like Acton High Street, like, and I'm thinking, any of my family see me, if anyone sees me, I'm wearing a headscarf right now. Nobody knows that I've become a Muslim. Nobody knows I'm interested in Islam. I kept it all a secret, and I'm wearing a headscarf right now on the high street. Anyways, so when I say it was so bad, like, it was falling off, it wasn't staying on, it didn't suit me. I had a tracksuit on, I looked a mess. And I know that people were probably looking at me, and like I said, you shouldn't judge anybody, because people were probably looking at me like, look at that sister wearing that tracksuit with her hijab hanging off her head, her hair popping out the top. I had just become a Muslim. So anyways, I got home and I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to tell my family, okay? I'm going to have to tell my family. And I told my mum first. My mum cried. My mum actually cried. She was like, have you really become a Muslim? Like, guys, I don't know how to explain this to you guys, because I literally don't know if you guys will be able to understand it or be able to relate, or I just don't know. But my mum cried, my dad didn't take it well, like, it didn't go down well, okay? It's been 4 years now, guys, since I have been a Muslim, and this month, it has been 4 years. Look at me, it's been 4 years since I reverted to Islam, and my family, like, they're cool with it now, they're fine with it now. It's been 4 years. I think my advice for you sisters, or anybody who wants to revert, you may think it's going to be really difficult with your family at the beginning, and trust me, it is. But over time, once they see a change in your life, a change in your lifestyle, they see you as a better person, they see there's nothing to worry about, then it will get better. And also, it's up to you to educate them on Islam and to not listen to what they see in the media and stuff. And that is my revert story. After I came out of the mosque, then I went home, started studying, learned to pray in Arabic, learned all the prayers. The journey just started from there. My iman was so high, like, guys, my faith, I was so on deen, like, it was so high, mashallah. It's just the best feeling in the world. And yeah, reverting to Islam was the best decision that I ever made. It was the best thing that ever happened. Well, all praise be to Allah, because obviously, like, it was written for me. Becoming a Muslim was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life, okay? Like, all of a sudden, everything made sense. My life made sense. Everything just fell into place. Yeah, that's my revert story, guys, on how I became a Muslim, how it happened, and yeah. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's been a long video. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I love all of you beautiful, amazing sisters, and everyone who watches my channel. I really appreciate all of you, and everyone who has subscribed. You all mean everything. You all mean everything. That doesn't even make sense. I just appreciate every single one of you. Bye.